Hi, I'm Debbie Kelso, and this is my husband Gary, and we are the founders of The Giving Plate. The Lord used two people that truly physically weren't able to do a whole lot at that time, and yet we both had a desire to do something that seemed bigger than us. We decided to take a step of faith and see what the Lord would do with our humble means and our vision and our heart to serve the community in a time when the economy was failing and it was affecting us as well. So talking to Gary about that and sharing my heart with him, and we were on the same page, we decided to take that leap of faith.
I thought it was a great idea, and like she said, it was a movement of faith because we didn't know what we were doing. But we went for it and we dedicated the shells to God. We held up cans of tuna fish and loaves of bread and dedicated the shells to Him and said if it should happen, He has to do it. And He did it. We did it, and we're serving so many people now. We're just lost. We can't believe it.
We thought we would be this little mom and pop outreach that helped the people in the community that needed help at the time, thinking it would run its course, maybe last a couple years. We've grown so fast, and we now have three major programs that we're running, so definitely the Lord is totally in how He provides, because we literally did put 2 cans of tuna fish and 5 loaves of bread on a completely empty warehouse and dedicate that to the Lord. And
Yes, we did.
we have upwards of 4 million pounds of food that have gone out the doors since then.
I just love the idea of being able to help. For I grew up a very hungry person. Our family was going to food banks. And I wish to this day that my mom would have had the opportunity to go to a food bank like we have now.
Our faith and what motivates us and gives us passion is what we founded the Giving Plate on. We know that serving the Lord ultimately is our greatest, it has eternal rewards. So we're focused on how are we going to serve the Lord with the passion that He's given us. We are fortunate that we have family that also has that passion. And so as a couple who took that step of faith to start the Giving Plate, our family came around us, and my son joined the board to establish a board, and our daughter started off keeping our books. And it has evolved over the years to so many more volunteers have joined our team, but now Renee is the executive director and has been for the last couple years. So her faith and passion aligns with our faith and our passion, what drives us as a family together. So it's uncommon, I think, and it's unusual, because I've shared with many people I could have walked the world over and looked for the right person to pass the baton to as the executive director, and I wouldn't have found the perfect fit. And person was right there in my family.
So when we started this as a family almost 10 years ago, we would have never imagined the growth that would come. We had so little to give as a family. We literally felt like the little boy giving Jesus his fish and loaves, his lunch, and watching Jesus multiply it. And here we are almost 10 years later, still seeing Jesus multiply that initial gift. At the Giving Plate, one thing that really sets us apart is that under 15% of those we're serving are actually homeless. And that really surprises people when I mention that to them, because a lot of times when people hear what I do, they think it's so great that I'm helping the homeless. And I just have to laugh, because we are helping homeless people, but 85% of the people we're serving are people just like you and I, people who have homes and cars and jobs, but they're the working poor. They're those people who are working really hard, but all the dots are just not connecting. And so they're coming in, and it's really hard to come into a food bank, and it's really humbling. And that's why we focus so much on creating an environment that is warm and welcoming and rich with hope. We don't want anyone to feel shame or feel like they're coming into a clinical experience, which is why we use that word guest. We call each person who walks through our door a guest, because they're coming into our home and our family at the Giving Plate, and we want them to feel like they're coming into a home and that they're seen and welcomed and important to us. And as a family, there is no way we can do what we do without our volunteers, our community supporting us. We do not have the capacity to feed the number of people that we're feeding. And so we just want the community to know how important they are to us. Our volunteers, we cannot do what we do without them. We run with about 280 different volunteer slots a month to accomplish the work we're doing in all 3 of our programs. So we really value the partnership from our community. We're still a mom and pop food bank that is serving our community, but doing a big work that is way beyond our little family. And this is a work that I think our community has really embraced, and because of the support of our community, we're able to feed each person who comes through our doors.